I never imagined that betrayal could come with a secret so shocking that it would change my life forever. But that's exactly what happened when I discovered my wife's affair and the truth about the child she tried to pass off as mine. This is my story. How I uncovered the DNA truth, took calculated revenge, and walked away. My name is Omar. I had been married to my wife, Sana, for 7 years. We shared a daughter, Alina, who was 3 years old at the time. On the surface, our life appeared perfect. A stable home, mutual love, shared friends, and the kind of trust I never thought could be broken. I loved her completely and trusted her implicitly. The first warning signs were subtle. Sana became increasingly secretive about her phone, guarded her conversations, and was defensive whenever I asked questions about our daughter's father. At first, I tried to dismiss my worries, thinking perhaps she had reasons I didn't understand. But something in my gut told me to dig deeper. It started with small inconsistencies. Dates, times, and events didn't add up. Messages appeared and disappeared from her phone. I noticed that she was overly anxious whenever I mentioned Alina's father in casual conversation. Doubt gnawed at me relentlessly. Finally, I decided to take action. I arranged for a private DNA test to verify Alina's parentage. The results were devastating. Alina was not my biological daughter. Sana had been cheating, and the child she claimed as mine belonged to her affair partner. The betrayal was deeper than I could have imagined. She had lied about both her fidelity and our child. Shock, heartbreak, and rage consumed me. But I knew that immediate confrontation would give her a chance to manipulate the situation. I needed a plan, a strategy to reclaim my dignity and ensure that betrayal had consequences. I began gathering evidence. Messages, photos, and records of her affair, as well as documentation of her attempts to pass the child off as mine. Every lie, every deceitful action, every secret moment was meticulously recorded. The truth had to be undeniable. Once I had the evidence, I confronted Sana. She tried to rationalize her behavior, claiming regret, love for me, or confusion. But her excuses meant nothing. The DNA results and evidence of her betrayal were irrefutable. Trust had been destroyed beyond repair. I filed for divorce immediately. The court process was complicated emotionally but legally straightforward, thanks to the evidence I had collected. Sana lost all claims to shared property, financial support, and custody manipulation. The child was legally recognized as belonging to her biological father. Then came my revenge, but not through violence or anger. My revenge was strategic. I exposed the truth to mutual friends and family, letting the evidence speak. The humiliation and social consequences were swift and severe. She had tried to hide her betrayal, but the truth left her isolated and exposed. After taking care of the legal and social consequences, I disappeared from her life completely. I moved to a new city, changed routines, and focused entirely on rebuilding my life. I ignored her attempts at reconciliation, apologies, or manipulation. Silence became my ultimate weapon, the loudest statement of accountability. Months later, I learned that Sana's life had unraveled further. Friends and family distanced themselves. Her affair partner abandoned her when the scandal surfaced. She had sought excitement and deception, but betrayal came at an unbearable cost. For me, the emotional journey was painful. Nights were filled with memories of the life I thought I had, of trust broken, and dreams destroyed by deceit. But over time, I found peace. Rebuilding my life, protecting my dignity, and prioritizing my future became my mission. The hardest lesson I learned is this: betrayal can cut deeper than imagined. But reclaiming control, exposing the truth, and strategic action provide closure that anger alone cannot. Trust, once broken, cannot always be restored, but life can move forward with dignity. Sana's affair, and the deceit surrounding our child, destroyed her relationships, reputation, and life she tried to manipulate. I exposed the truth, took strategic revenge, filed for divorce, and walked away. And in the silence that followed, I found the strongest form of justice: peace, dignity, and closure. Cheating wife's baby DNA revealed the truth. Husband took revenge and walked away. And in the aftermath, justice and freedom prevailed.